Brett Veach and the Kansas City Chiefs have completed another trade to add to this roster in an attempt to make the roster even better. And guys, from that standpoint, I have to say, I think they succeeded with this trade, looking at what I've been able to look at from Peyton Hendershot. But at some point, we almost have to ask the question, why? And I'll get to that in a moment. But I wanted to start here with comparing Peyton Hendershot, and I'll never get his name correct. I say Henderson in my head every time and have to correct myself. Peyton Hendershot compared to Travis Kelce, Jared Wiley, and Noah Gray, just from a physical standpoint. From the first part there, Peyton Hendershot is 6'4" and 1/8 inches tall, 250 pounds, a 4.78 40, a 35.5-inch vertical, a 9-foot 9-inch broad jump, and he did 23 reps on the bench press with 225 pounds. How does that stack up with the other tight ends on the roster? Travis Kelce, he's 6/8 of an inch shorter than Travis Kelce. He's 2 inches shorter than Jared Wiley, and he's a little over an inch taller than Noah Gray. He is the second heaviest tight end on the roster at 250 pounds, second only to Travis Kelce's 255. He had the slowest 40, the only 40 that was outside of the 4.6 range. 4 foot. I was thinking about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. The 4.6 range at 4.78. That 35.5-inch vertical is second only to Jared Wiley's 37-inch vertical. His 9-foot 9-inch broad jump is short of Travis Kelce's, but Travis Kelce was really that's a really good broad jump. It's right in the mix of Noah Gray at 9'7" and Jared Wiley at 9'10". The only other tight end to complete the bench press in this group was Noah Gray with 15 reps, way more reps than 15 with 23. Now here's the interesting part. Looking at Noah Gray's numbers, looking at Noah Gray's athleticism, the two things that really stick out with Noah Gray's testing were his 20-yard short shuttle and his 3-cone drill. He's not the fastest guy, Noah Gray. He's not going to jump out of the building, any of this, but he's a really shifty guy for the tight end position. Noah Gray's 20-yard short shuttle was 4.45. Peyton Hendershot's 20-yard short shuttle was 4.25, 0.2 of a second faster. Noah Gray's 3-cone drill was 6.90. Peyton Hendershot's was 6.91. These numbers might not seem all that interesting from the outset until you realize that Peyton Hendershot is over an inch taller than Noah Gray. Peyton Hendershot is 10 pounds heavier than Noah Gray, and Peyton Hendershot does not run the same type of 40. Noah Gray's 4.60 40, much better than Peyton Hendershot's 4.78. So what Peyton Hendershot has is a lot of functional athleticism, not the straight line stuff, not the stand up and go stuff, but he's got the functional shifting in traffic type of athleticism, which leads me to the number 2 point here. Guys, if you pull up the video of Peyton Hendershot, what you're going to find is a big, strong tight end who is able to dictate things in small spaces. This is a Blake Bell replacement. He's about 2 inches shorter than Blake Bell. Blake Bell was 6'6", but all of his testing numbers are better than Blake Bell's. Hendershot is not a dominant blocker like Blake Bell could be a dominant blocker at times, but he's a very skilled blocker. There were times where Dallas would have him lined up in the backfield. He would take on an oncoming rusher, and it looked like he had gone through offensive line drills. His footwork was really good. His anchor, really good. His balance, really good, especially for a tight end. This is a guy who is a very versatile player. And I think that so blocking ability among these tight ends, I think he is the best. Travis Kelce's very good at getting in your way. Noah Gray has gotten a whole lot better at getting in your way. I think Jared Wiley has some work to do. I think he is he offers more impact in his blocking, but I don't know, obviously, because he's a rookie, if he's going to be that guy in the NFL or not. But of all of these tight ends, I think Peyton Hendershot, obviously not talking about a whole lot of tape, but I think Peyton Hendershot's the best one. He also offers good run after the catch ability. This was something very surprising to me, pulling up what he was able to do in the NFL. I'm going to throw out a name. This is not what I mean by it. I am not comparing him to Rob Gronkowski. He has a Rob Gronkowski-like approach after the catch. He's not afraid of contact. He's not going to, like, every once in a while, you end up yelling at Travis Kelce when he's made the catch, trying to remind him, look, you're not Tyreek Hill. Get the yards. Right? You've been there. You've done it. Don't lie. Peyton Hendershot catches the ball, hits the first guy on the way upfield. You're not going to arm tackle him. Look, it's easy to make a video like this, especially from a Chiefs channel, and sing the praises of a guy like this and make it sound like, oh, he's going to be the next All-Pro. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is there's a lot to like here. Now, there are some questions as well. We're going to get around to those. But here's the last thing I want to talk about as far as like absolute positives. He's versatile. He has a weird type of athleticism, the same kind of way that Gronkowski had a weird type of athleticism. It's as if it's not pure athleticism, it is football athleticism. As if he is constantly oriented on the field. He just knows where his body is so that he's able to really sort of make athletic plays where maybe athleticism is not. Dallas ran him on the jet sweep. How many times do you see a tight end on the jet sweep? Dallas lined him up in the backfield, like next to the quarterback in the backfield, next to the quarterback in the shotgun in the backfield. I think, well, I'll get to that part later. So this is a very versatile guy. This is a guy who's going to be able to come in and play more of an H-back type role, more of the kind of stuff that we have seen from Noah Gray as opposed to Travis Kelce type stuff. Travis Kelce, more of a wide receiver tight end hybrid. Noah Gray, more of a tight end H-back hybrid. I think Peyton Hendershot is more of that tight end H-back type hybrid. So let's look at what he's actually done in the NFL. He was an undrafted rookie in 2022 out of Indiana. He played all 17 games, got 2 starts, 16 targets, 11 receptions. That's a good conversion rate. 103 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now here's 8 first downs. Now here's what I want to talk about. You have 11 receptions, 8 first downs, and 2 touchdowns. There is a kernel of a great player in that stat line. That's all I'm saying. 11 receptions, 2 touchdowns, 8 first downs. There is a kernel of a great player in that stat line. Not saying he's a great player. I'm saying that he can be a pretty good player that has great moments. He's already proven it. He had 1 drop in 2022. He had 1 rush for 1 yard and a touchdown. That was all in 2022 when he played 298 snaps of offense, 297 snaps of special teams on the field, quite a bit for the Cowboys. That changed in 2023. He played in just 8 games, getting 1 start, 7 targets, less than half, 4 receptions, less than half, fewer than half, 38 yards, fewer than half, 1 touchdown, 2 drops on 7 targets. That's not great. 1 carry, 0 yards. He played 159 snaps, 103 special team snaps. The Cowboys moved away from Peyton Hendershot in his second season. Talk about what other tight ends they had all you want. Talk about whatever you want to all you want. The fact remains he did not show the consistency in year 2 to make the Cowboys want to have him on the field. Now, I said there is the kernel of a great player in that stat line: 11 receptions, 2 touchdowns, 8 first downs. We can point to a lot of Kadarius Toney games that had the kernel of greatness. His rookie season, he played against, I believe it was the Cowboys, he played against in New York and had just a phenomenal game, like 197 yards or something. Kernel of greatness. The longest punt return in Super Bowl history. Kernel of greatness. Consistency has eradicated Kadarius Toney from any type of meaningful career thus far in his time. Peyton Hendershot has some really intriguing aspects to his game. Peyton Hendershot, when you watch him play, you feel good about that's a football player. You might not always. That 2023 with Dallas, those are some nasty stat lines. Now, here's the final thing to talk about with Peyton Hendershot and the trade. They traded did I have it here? Yeah. I don't know if I follow this. Last year's number 4 tight end, which we are assuming Peyton Hendershot is, you're assuming Travis Kelce is your starter. You're assuming your backups are some mixture of Jared Wiley and Noah Gray, however it is that you see fit to play them. And then you would have Peyton Hendershot as the number 4 tight end. Last year's number 4 tight end by snap count was Matt Bushman, who played 7 snaps and had 0 stats. Why make this move? Now, sure, the move was made for a conditional 2026 7th-round pick. Whoopee, right? But it's not nothing. So I should not have written only assumption. There's 2 assumptions here. One assumption is that Brett Veach sees serious and aggressive upside with Peyton Hendershot. I think that's possible. Brett Veach is a football nerd. He's going to be in the numbers. He's going to be in the tape. He's going to have watched copious amounts of Peyton Hendershot. I guess I should say there's 3 possibilities, really. Number 1 is that Brett Veach looked at Peyton Hendershot and said, I just got to have this guy. Number 2, it's possible that Wiley is behind schedule. The reason I don't pay too much credence into that theory is that the Chiefs have been long pursuing a 4th tight end in this offense. They have wanted another tight end on the field since before they would have known whether or not Jared Wiley was that guy at the tight end position. The number 3 possibility here, in my opinion, we might see some really wild stuff from the Kansas City Chiefs this year. The Chiefs have kept 7 wide receivers. The Chiefs have a myriad of skill sets in the wide receiver room. The Chiefs are trying to add talent all over the roster, especially on the offense. The Chiefs have 4 tight ends, 2 tight ends that are taller wide receiver tight end hybrids in Jared Wiley and Travis Kelce, 2 H-back tight end hybrids in Noah Gray and now Peyton Hendershot. It may be that whatever it is Andy Reid is cooking up is so wild that the Kansas City Chiefs have to have 4 tight ends. I've talked a lot this season, this preseason, about the Kansas City Chiefs having the ability to run 2 completely different offenses. You're at your own 20-yard line. Well, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, McCole Hardman all on the field at the same time is an awful lot of speed. You can throw Sky Moore in there. Sky Moore has a 4.41 40. He's not the most popular guy. I understand. You can throw Justin Watson in there. Justin Watson, I believe, has a 4.44 40-yard dash. That's a lot of speed to have on the field. Throw in Isaiah Pacheco with a 4.37 40-yard dash. You're really cook. That's a Ferrari offense. You're really cooking. Now, you drive 60 yards downfield, 65, 70 yards downfield. You find yourself in the red zone. All of a sudden, you can put 3 and 4 tight ends on the field. You have Rashee Rice, who's a bully ball wide receiver. You've got Juju Smith-Schuster, who might not be a bully ball guy, but he's a real thick wide receiver. You got Justin Watson, who's a thick guy. You've got those wide receivers. You pair them with Travis Kelce and Jared Wiley. You throw Peyton Hendershot or Noah Gray on the field as well. You've got 3 tight ends on the 10-yard line for these Kansas City Chiefs, and all of a sudden, that is a completely different offense. And I don't know how you prepare for that during the course of a week. You know that the Chiefs deploy 2 separate offenses? No, not to mention, I didn't even think about this part. You got Carson Steele. You have a battering ram in the backfield. That's just you go from a Ferrari to an F-350 once you cross in the red zone, the 15-yard line, the 10-yard line, wherever it is that you want to put that offense. Okay, so it's 3rd and 2 at midfield. I've got the answer for you. It's Travis Kelce, Jared Wiley, Rashee Rice, Carson Steele, and Juju Smith-Schuster on the field at the same time. What are you going to do? Maybe we'll take Juju off and we'll put in Peyton Hendershot. That guy will hit you. That guy will make a 3-yard reception. What do you do if you're a defense in that situation? So I think that might be what we're looking at. That's my favorite theory of this group, that Andy Reid has some serious stuff in consideration and contemplation for the tight end position, for switching offenses once the team passes into the red zone, etc. That is my favorite theory for what is going on here. Anyway, guys, that's what I have for this video. If you like or appreciate what it is that I do on the channel, hitting the like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other Kansas City Chiefs fans. The Chiefs are the only thing I talk about on this channel, dropping multiple videos every single week. So if you find yourself here by chance but not design, consider hitting the subscribe button in order to stick around for more content in the future. And as always, I hope to have you back for the next one.